Hagen. I'm an expert in decision analytics and the psychology of decision making. We all have natural strengths and skills when it comes to decision making, but unfortunately, some real shortcomings too. Something that we all do is make decisions about what to buy. I'm going to introduce to you a new app that I believe will revolutionize how you make purchasing decisions. There is no app in the marketplace today that is as easy to use, accounts for your personal preferences, and provides sound insight and recommendations to your purchasing decisions. But that's changed. Now we have SIBIT. When faced with many choices, we all sometimes make mistakes. We can be very inconsistent in accounting for our true underlying preferences when making purchases. Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman calls this noise. We suffer from regret and buyer's remorse when we realize after we make a purchase that we have made a mistake and purchased the wrong thing. Research shows that a model of you beats you. That is, the model of you outperforms you when making judgments, estimates, and decisions, even when the model is a simple model. Are our preferences and consideration of what is valuable and important hopelessly inconsistent, or are we just noisy? I contend that we do have underlying true preferences and notions of what is more and less valuable or important. However, these distinctions, unfortunately, are sometimes recognized only in hindsight, after a purchase has been made, as in the sensation of buyer's remorse. There are many priming mechanisms in play that operate at a subconscious level when we make a purchase. These include the effectiveness of a salesperson, what your best friend just bought, social media, even what you ate for lunch, all potentially contributing to making your purchasing decisions noisy. The ever ubiquitous and persuasive priming mechanisms erode the quality of many of our decisions, including purchasing. SIBIT is a simple model of you, a noise reduction coach to help improve your purchasing decisions. Back in the 1970s, Professor Thomas Sati of the University of Pittsburgh created an ingenious and mathematically rigorous method to support decision-making when there are a variety of preference criteria or objectives. The method is called Analytic Hierarchy Process, or AHP. The method is used in commercial businesses and government organizations, but not so much for personal decision-making. It's just too tedious to use. By leveraging insights from cognitive psychology and estimation theory, we have created a method that has all of the mathematical rigor of AHP and is simple to use for the purchasing decisions we all make. Suppose you're going shopping for shoes today. Maybe just one pair of shoes or a couple of pairs. When you buy shoes, there are things you consider with respect to value and importance. What you consider is personal to you. Things like trendiness, versatility, price, brand, sexiness, comfort, quality, how they look on me. Do they make me look good? Or some other characteristic you find valuable or important. These are what we call preference criteria, or simply factors. To create your own personalized SIBIT coach, before you go shopping, SIBIT needs to understand what is the set of preference criteria important to you for shoe purchases. You can consider the possibilities SIBIT provides, or you can define your own. Let's say the important preference criteria for you include trendiness, versatility, price, comfort, and quality. Given your list of criteria, the first question is any one or more of these most valuable or important to you? Let's say versatility is the most important factor in your decision to buy or not buy. SIBIT's second question is similar to the first. Given the remaining criteria, is there any one or more of these that is most valuable or important to you? Let's say price is the second most important factor in your purchase decision. You get the idea. SIBIT is trying to determine if there is a rank order to your preferences, and the answer is usually probably not completely. But there are typically anywhere from 1 to 3 factors that are most important to you, and the remaining factors are often roughly equivalent to you regarding personal value or importance. Thomas Sati used a simple but sound scale to quantify the relative preference relationship between any two of the factors. Mathematically, it is called a ratio scale, and because of the scale, we can apply rigorous mathematics to deduce your relative weights of each of your preference criteria. To get started, consider the preference relationship of versatility, your most important criteria, to price, your second most important criteria. Is versatility of equal value and importance as compared to price? Or is versatility moderately more valuable and important as compared to price? Or is versatility strongly more valuable and important than price? Or very strongly more valuable and important? Or extremely more valuable and important? Let's say you feel versatility is very strongly more valuable and important when compared to price for shoe purchases. So that relationship gets scored as 7. Now let's do the same thing again, only this time you are comparing price, your second most important criteria, to trendiness, your third most important criteria. When comparing price to trendiness, how would you characterize your sense of value and importance? Let's say you feel price is moderately more valuable and important than trendiness for shoe purchases. So that relationship gets scored as 3. How about trendiness in comparison to comfort? Let's say you score that as a 3, meaning trendiness is moderately more valuable and important than comfort for buying shoes. The last comparison is comfort to quality, and for you, they are equally valuable and important. Score that a 1. At this point, SIBIT will check to see if your preferences are consistent. Do those scores make sense? Can SIBIT build a reliable preference scoring system for you from your personalized scores? To check for preference consistency, SIBIT calculates a consistency ratio. Mathematically, the preference scores are consistent if the consistency ratio is less than 0.01. And in this case, they are. So SIBIT can now build your personalized preference scoring system for buying shoes. If your scores were not consistent, SIBIT will give you a nudge to suggest which score you might change that is driving the inconsistency. Your personalized SIBIT shoe buying coach is easy to use. It will include the preference criteria that is important to you. You'll notice some familiar language for the scales used for each of your preference criteria. As an example, when considering a pair of shoes for versatility, the possible scores you can give the pair of shoes are not versatile, moderate versatility, strong versatility, very strong versatility, or extremely versatile. You will have similar scales for trendiness, comfort, and quality. The numbers in the far left column are only used for indexing purposes to make it easy to identify which entry in the scales you are choosing. Price will be directly input as a number, accounting for your out-of-pocket cost, including and accounting for tax and discounts. Once you score a pair of shoes for each of your preference criteria, SIBIT will provide your personalized value for the pair of shoes as a percentage of the ultimate shoe purchase, or simply percentage of maximum score. A pair of shoes receives the maximum score 100% if the pair of shoes is free and scores 5s across all of your criteria. That is, the pair of shoes are extremely versatile, extremely trendy, extremely comfortable, and extremely high quality. Let's try it out. The price of the shoes, including discounts and tax, is $89. For versatility, you think the shoes have very strong versatility, so you score versatility as 4. You think the shoes are extremely trendy, so that's a 5 for trendiness. How about comfort? You put them on, you try them out, they feel pretty good but not great. You give them a 3 for strong comfort. You give them a look over, consider the brand, and decide they have moderate quality. That's a 2. It's that easy to score a pair of shoes. What does SIBIT think? Based on your personal preferences for shoes, this pair of shoes scores 40%, 40% of the maximum score. For today's shoe shopping, the question becomes, how does this pair of shoes compare to other shoes you're considering buying today? SIBIT will provide you that comparison in a variety of ways to help you make your shoe purchase or purchases for today. As an example, let's say you've looked at many shoes today and there are 8 pairs of shoes you're contemplating. SIBIT will rank order the shoes from highest score to lowest. Here's the pair of shoes you just tried on, coming in 4th place today in the shoe ranking with a score of 40%. Shoe F scored the highest today based on your personal preferences with a score of 70%. Here's another way of considering your shoe purchases today. Let's say you have a budget of $300 today for shoes. If that's the case, SIBIT suggests 3 pairs of shoes: shoe F, shoe E, and shoe A. But if you're really trying to get the best single pair of shoes for you based on price, you might consider this analysis. If you want to minimize your spending today, consider shoe C for about $50. If you want to keep it under $100 today, consider shoe E. But if it's just the best pair of shoes for you to buy today, with all things considered, buy shoe F. You've seen how SIBIT can help you make smart purchases based on your personal preferences. There are some extensions to SIBIT to help improve the quality of your purchasing decisions. Instead of Amazon trying to infer what you like from previous purchases or make recommendations to you based on what others liked or bought, wouldn't it be better to include your actual personal preferences as well? SIBIT should be integrated into Amazon and other transactional websites. Or how about adding barcode reading to access important product information or product specifications? Voice recognition is helpful to keep your eyes and hands on the products you're considering rather than on your phone. Or how about integrating Epic Games' Unreal Engine and MetaHuman to create your own avatar as your SIBIT interface, creating the look and feel of a real-life shopping coach who you custom designed. Whether you're buying shoes, a car, insurance, or your next home, be smart and confident when you make your purchases. Buy what you really want, based on what's valuable to you, based on your personal preferences. Shop smart with SIBIT.